Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of thrifting. "15 hobbies that you can do to prevent from what they call doom scrolling." Hopefully some of these ideas can give you some introspective on the fact that scrolling on your phone is not a hobby. I promise you it's not a hobby. I mean, even though the literal definition of a hobby is something that you can relax in, something that you don't feel like you're working in, something that is outside of your occupation. That is the literal definition of a hobby. And although you think that scrolling through TikTok and scrolling through Instagram and even sometimes scrolling through YouTube, unless you're listening to podcasts and you're learning something, but it cannot be a hobby, because when you're scrolling through TikTok or Instagram, it may or may not give you a sense of FOMO. FOMO is a fear of missing out. And when you have that, that is a type of anxiety. And that's not relaxation. So you want to focus on something that has to do with you and is not focused on people in general. That would be the healthy way to describe a hobby. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. I have a list here because it is a lot of hobbies, and I have done plenty of these before, but let's go ahead and run down the list really quick here. So number one would be to create collages. So I have a collage on my iPad here. And this collage, I don't know if you guys can see, but I have a collage here on my iPad, and it pretty much is my collage that I do every year. Now with the collages, you can do this every month, every week, every couple of days, every season. It doesn't have to be a yearly thing. If that's a hobby that you enjoy, then have at it. Do what you can. Do it as often as you want to. Anything that is relaxing to you, and even motivating. Okay, so the second one I should put this as number one, but it's to read the Bible. Reading the Bible, getting close to God, that is definitely a hobby that should be implemented every day, to be honest. So reading the Bible. For number three, I have growing food. So growing vegetables, growing fruit. I did this in the past. I grew cabbages, I grew tomatoes. They weren't successful though. I did this when I was a stay-at-home mom. I was a stay-at-home mom for over 10 years. So I really enjoyed doing that. I used to do it with my kids all the time, especially in the summertime. I love to grow summer fruits. Growing food, vegetables, that can be an awesome hobby to have. You can learn so much stuff. The fourth one I have is baking. So you can bake anything. My daughter loves to bake, and she is awesome. She's awesome at baking. Like, she's better than me, y'all, because I don't have the patience for it sometimes. She's awesome. You can bake cupcakes, you can bake brownies, you can bake cake, you can bake cookies, and then you can add your own little flair to it. So it's so much that you can bake. I would recommend getting like a baking book. I do recommend, there's this little book called, it's for kids, but the adults can do it too. It's called Unicorn Baking. I'll go ahead and link it below. That way you can know exactly where to get it from. Ceramics. My daughter's also into this. She likes the pottery, the ceramics, making the pottery, the clay, painting it, designing it. It can be very, very fun. And I know that some people think that it's like expensive to do these things. These are actually low budget hobbies that I put on here. That way it is tangible and you can actually do it starting like today or over the weekend, because today's Friday, or over the weekend or tomorrow, or next time you get paid. Yeah, 5 and Below, that is a good store to get like little ceramics where you can start off. You can start off with painting the ceramics, designing, letting it sit and all that stuff. It's pretty fun. I do this with the kids every summer. I want to say every summer. We do it more often than in the summer. But every couple months we do some ceramics together because I love doing it with my babies. Painting, coloring, nail designs. So this is pretty much in the artsy category. So looking up nail designs on Pinterest and like attempting to do them yourself, or you can just paint, get some paper or get some watercolor boards from Hobby Lobby or Michael's and get some paint colors, and you can definitely paint. It's a low budget hobby that you can do. You can paint something that you may want to put up in your room or in your daughter's room or just gift to somebody. Running, hiking, swimming, Pilates. So these are all activities. I'm gonna group them all together. So they're all gonna be, I think we're on number 7. And I forgot to add dancing on there. I do most of these as hobbies. I don't hike as often as I would like, but I do plan on hiking this summer. Running, I do that pretty often. I run weekly. I've been doing it for a while now. Pilates, I also do that. Swimming, I don't swim. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Honestly, you guys, living in Florida, I hate to say, I don't swim often. Like, you would think I'm an island girl. I should be knowing how to swim. But I don't swim. I should swim often. But I don't. I only go swimming in the summer. And I have a pool in my community that nobody really goes to. But I don't swim. All right, so the next hobby that I have is learn a new language. Learning a new language is a benefit because it helps your cognitive abilities, of course, and it helps prevent your memory from being shot over time. So it's a good brain exercise as well. So right now I'm learning Spanish. After I learn Spanish, I'm gonna go ahead on to French, and then after French I want to learn Italian and then Greek. I don't know how I'm gonna do all those languages, you guys, but if I know a little bit of something in each, then it's okay. No, but really, I really want to finish learning Spanish. I am like mediocre. I'm like, if Spanish had levels, I'm like level 1 through 10. I'm like level 3. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Honestly, I really want to learn Greek. Greek seems like a very difficult language, and I love a challenge. So I'm definitely all for it. All right, so the next hobby I have here on my list, juicing. This is a very healthy hobby. So what I have done is I looked up different juicing recipes, different juicing recipes on Pinterest, and then I bought like a whole bunch of mason jars, and you just make the juices. And of course you got to buy a juicer if you don't have that already. So yeah, it's fun to try these different recipes, like the celery juice. Make that for a week, try it, see how it helps your body, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. The next hobby that is on my list is tennis. I've also tried this hobby. Tennis is a really good sport. I feel like it's a good sport to attempt if you haven't been active for a long time, because not only it's not a pressuring or a high pressure sport, it's more like a laxy-daisy type of sport. So you can kind of take your time with it, and you don't have to feel pressured when jumping back into getting active. Volunteering is a good hobby. Volunteering, helping with the pets, or you can even go to a food bank and you can help people who are struggling with food. And not only does it contribute to society or contribute to your community, but it's something that you can get to know people that are working to serve the community around you. Origami, I also tried this one. I really like origami. It's fun. You really get engulfed in it too. So it takes you away from the stress for sure. Because you got to focus, you have to focus so hard on it. You have to make sure you get the creases right. You have to fold it a certain way. Because if you don't fold it that way, it's going to mess up the entire project, like the whole thing. I made like a little frog that hops. That was so fun. And I had to make it twice. The first frog I made did not hop. I don't know what I did wrong, but it did not hop. It slid, but it didn't hop. And the second one was a success. So yeah, origami is something that can definitely take your mind off of stress and worry or anything else you may be dealing with on an everyday basis. Thrifting. It's been a while since I did that, but when I was thrift shopping, girl, I was shopping. When my husband and I got our first apartment, we went to the thrift store and we got what we needed for our house. So yeah, ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of thrifting. Fishing. I have fished before. I absolutely love fishing. You never know which you're gonna catch. You never know if you're gonna catch anything at all. So now fishing is a really good hobby. It's not something that I would do all the time, but I would love to. I'm very, very adventurous, so I would love to fish, like make it like a yearly thing, something I do at least once a year. But I think that's an amazing hobby to have. Not only are you doing it for fun, but you also have dinner. It's free dinner, pretty much. The last thing that I have on my list of hobbies, learning how to code, or learning some sort of history or in a particular subject, or just listening to podcasts. I group these all together here. So learning how to code is definitely a skill that is needed in today's AI type of world we live in. So it's important to learn. And if you're willing to learn that, and if you have the patience to learn that, why not? My son, he's learning, well, he's not learning. He knows how to build computers. My son builds computers. He hasn't learned how to code, but it's something that he's definitely interested in. And I actually purchased him like a coding boot camp. So he's going to be doing that over the summer while he's doing his basketball and soccer training at the same time. I heard that the younger you are, the quicker you can grasp onto coding, because coding is almost like a language. I probably should have grouped that with learning a new language, to be honest. But yeah. And listening to podcasts, listening to history. If you want to know the history about Egypt, or if you want to know the history about Black History Month is coming up soon. By the time I post this, it might be already Black History Month. So you want to learn, just say you want to learn more about the health industry. Listen to a few podcasts. Listen to podcasts that may involve history. While you're cleaning up around the house, put some headphones on. These are my headphones. I put my headphones on when I'm listening to my podcast and I'm trying to learn something new. Or when I'm studying, because I be studying a lot. These are 15 hobbies for women that we can do in 2025. If you want to go ahead and add some more hobbies in the comments, that would be great. Maybe I can try some of those hobbies instead. I pretty much tried most of these hobbies, but if y'all got anything new, oh yeah, charcuterie board. I do charcuterie boards. I forgot to add that. Charcuterie boards is also something that is a great hobby to have. Now, this hobby may be a little bit more expensive because you got to get like the pieces of meat. You got to get the different cheeses. You got to get a dessert or desserts to put on there if you're doing a dessert type. So yeah, look on Pinterest for charcuterie ideas. They do have breakfast charcuteries. They have dessert charcuteries. They have meat charcuteries. You can just do board charcuteries. If I say charcuterie one more time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this video helped you and put a spark into implementing new hobbies in your life. Just something to help you relax, help you take a break from the everyday hustle and bustle in life. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.